Six Countries 2022. Benyang says Finland Russell rekindles competition between England and Scotland. Benyang's is something of a lucky charm when it comes to England games against Scotland. Since a drab 15-15 draw at Murrayfield in 2010, in which he replaced Hugo Money on the wing after 55 minutes in a team captained by Steve Borthwick, he has lost to the Scots only once. That was last year, Scotland's lockdown victory, their first at Twickenham since 1983. And a signal that this rivalry has evened up in recent times. During Young's early years in the England team, this fixture was distinctly one-sided. After that draw in 2010, England defeated Scotland for 7 years on the bounce, before the Scots shocked their old foes at Murrayfield with a 25-13 win in 2018, a game that Young's missed because of injury. Since that day, the psychology of the whole fixture has changed. There was the crazy 38 draw in 2019, a 13-6 victory for England in an Edinburgh Storm the year after, and then Scotland's proud 11-6 win last time out in Edinburgh. Young's, the England scrum half, says one man has been instrumental in reigniting rugby's oldest tussle, the Scotland fly half Finn Russell. It's definitely evolved, without doubt, Young's said of how Scotland-England games have changed in his 12 years of them. Finn Russell has had a big say in that, with the way he approaches the game. I'd say he's a very similar style to Marcus Smith in terms of that ability to roll the dice and have the tools in the armoury to actually pull them off. It's fascinating, and he's had an instrumental role. It was Russell who ran rings round England in 2018, launched the extraordinary comeback in 2019, and steadied the Scottish ship in 2021. The number 10 has been backed up by mighty men too. Stuart Hogg has had a great career and will continue to have a great career, Young said. Him at fullback is a constant threat. With that, they've got a pack that will give them plenty of ball. They play a fast game, move the ball a lot more. They have game breakers, and potentially those guys have had a huge say in where they are now. The context around the fixture may be changing, but Young says the rivalry is as fierce as ever. The fact it's England v Scotland is always enough, he said. You saw when it was England v Scotland in the Football European Championship, the amount of fans who come down. It's huge. When you go to Murrayfield it adds to the challenge, but it's the challenge that you want. We're certainly excited by it. Aged 32 and as a senior member of this England squad with 112 caps, Youngs has been educating the younger players about the Six Nations. 16 of England's 36-man squad have never experienced it. Some guys come in and potentially don't understand the magnitude of it, he said. That is the first thing we want to hammer home to the young guys. What a great privilege it is. How many people come up to you and say, I only watch the Six Nations. It captivates the nation. It's making the guys aware it is bigger than what they have experienced in the autumn and making sure no sessions pass you by. Youngs could not fail to notice the absence of Owen Farrell, the captain, and Manu Tuilagi this test week, but he cites Ellis Genge, Tom Curry, Charlie Ewells, Jamie George and George Ford, all of whom have captained their clubs, as those who could step up as leaders. We are still blessed with experience and guys that take a leadership role naturally, he said. You've got to look at it as an exciting way for this group to try to kick on. When those guys come back fit, you want them to be looking at the group and thinking, blimey, the team has moved forward since I've been away. Youngs, who is 3 caps away from passing Jason Leonard to become England men's most experienced player, retains his hunger. I love it, love competing, he says. I saw Matt Giddo has signed for another year in America. He played at the 2003 World Cup. Why is he doing it? He loves the game and still feels like he can add. You compete with sportsmen, that's what I'm about.